Hey Suleiman, good evening. How are you doing? Um, Look, you were busy yesterday. Don't worry about it for 1 minute. We all have lives. We all have things that needs to be done. So if you miss a stream every now and then, that's 100% all right. I don't want any of you to ever feel like you are forced to be here. So if you can be here, that's great. And if you can't, that's also not a problem. But if you miss a day, the next time you're on, I just appreciate you so much more. So really don't need to worry about it at all. So let's see what we need to do today. I would really like to finish this little Christmas Wonderland build over here. We are on the SMP tonight, and for those of you that didn't join us yesterday, if I turn around, you will see an amazing build, and credit has to be given to Charlie Custard and his team. Now, a little bit about Charlie Custard. If you go and Google the term, you will find that they provide basically these build plans for these massive, major, big Christmas builds or Christmas builds, etc. It's not only Christmas builds. And I just almost got blown up by a creeper. Oh my word, Misfits, good evening. Maybe that little bit of confetti I saw was just Misfits popping into the stream. But I guess let me quickly just go and have a little nap before we've got any more of these nasty night creatures coming out. What? Twitch is frozen? Oh, why? I'm just trying to see what's up with Twitch, but it seems to be coming back on. Um, yes, Misfit, you had the same thing today where Twitch was like bombing out early in your stream. All right, everyone. Apologies for that. Please do let me know if there's any further issues, especially on the Twitch side. But something happened now. My internet totally kicked me off of everything. Threw me out of the server, threw me out of the SMP as well. So thank you for your patience. Let's just see if this is going to pick up and get better now. Now I did see the recipe, Suleiman. Quarter milk, quarter flour, 1/8 sugar, 1/5 water, 1/8 cocoa powder. Mess around with flour and water for texture, and that will give us a cookie. Yes, Misfit. I know it did happen to you too today, but for some reason it seems that Twitch is fluctuating quite a bit at the moment. But let's get back into the game and see if it's going to allow me to do what I need to do tonight. Yes, Misfits, I've definitely got this. I've got this. If my internet's got this, and that's actually a as I do have a pretty decent internet connection. Now I have no idea what's going on here. Let's see if we can. All right, I tried poking the router with a needle, and well, this happened again. All right, it seems to be getting more stable, so we might be able to get this back and keep going. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for sticking with me. I do appreciate it. But I honestly don't know whether it's a Twitch issue or whether it's a me issue. Maybe Twitch just feels like it's had enough of me for a while, but I've got news for Twitch because I'm here to stick around on both YouTube and Twitch, but Twitch is the one giving me problems, not YouTube. But anyway, let's see. I'm keeping an eye on the drop frames, and it is coming down. The connection seems to be, well, kind of stable. It does drop still every now and then, but the drop frames is coming down from 40%, we're down to 17 and still going down. So I think we've got this. I think we've got this. This is going to be the last time that happens. No, no, Suleiman, no, absolutely not. I'm not poking anything in that hole, because you wouldn't believe what a mess it was to set up my network at home. I'm running quite a few security protocols and VPNs on my network, and I'm not pressing anything into that hole, because having to set this all up from scratch is not gonna be fun. No, Suleiman, but my internet connection is good. I've done a speed test, I've done a few other network diagnostics just now, and the internet connection and the internet speed is more than good. It's just that the stream for some reason tonight keeps dropping on me, which isn't fun at all. Now it does seem that it's kind of affecting things on the stream. As always, it's affecting it more on the Twitch side than on the YouTube side. But it is yes, that's exactly the thing, Suleiman. YouTube is doing good, but Twitch keeps dropping up and down, and then eventually the whole thing just bombs out, which it's not cool. But let's see if we can get going, and maybe we will have better luck once I actually start doing things. So yesterday we were still busy up here, and I do just want to kind of finish the roof off, then we can start decorating the rest of the little building. Now I left everything down here in my chests. For now I'm just using the red wool to sort of form the roof of this building, and once that's done we can just come back in and add a little bit of texture and add a few other nice to have goodies. Let's just see how this turns out. Suleiman, I haven't really thought about that there was anything I would like to change about it. This might be a little bit too big. No, honestly, I can't think that there was anything that I would like to change about it. I think you can just keep in mind that once I start actually getting to build it in my world, that would be the point where if I find something that I'd like to change, where I would be changing it. The size, I can't remember. What did we discuss? What was the size you were working on? Because look, the main tower that I'm going to build is about, if I remember, almost like 30 by 30. So I think the other smaller towers should be roughly, if I have to take a guess, maybe go for half of that, 15 by 15. Yes, I think 15 by 15 might be a good size, which is just about half of what the main tower is going to be. Right, so that's starting to look like a little something. I was scared it's not going to completely work out, but I think that's starting to look like a little Christmas hat, don't you think? I believe that's going to work. So now I need to go back in there and do a little bit of texturing to see if we can make it look good. And then we just need to decorate this little house, do a little bit of something on the inside, and then we can call it done. Well, I'm saying then we can call it done, but there's still a lot of work to do. Thank you, Misfit. Welcome back. It looks like I don't want to talk too quickly or too early, but it looks like Twitch is actually stable. Touch wood. Don't jinx it. But I think Twitch is actually doing all right. Not perfect, but all right. Suleiman, yes, it circles good to 15 by 15 is a good number to make a circle in a blocky game. Yes. So I think you can, if you start rebuilding it, you can go for that 15 by 15. Now, Misfits, if you're wondering what Suleiman and myself are talking about, we're speaking about the lore of the solo world. So the two of us has been, over the last month or so, we've been discussing a few things about the lore and what the lore would involve in that survival world. And we're just basically, well, he was building samples of what we were discussing on his world, and he actually recently lost that world. Now, to be honest, I don't think it was really just lost. Maybe he just accidentally deleted it or something, you know? It happens. It happens to the best of us. So let's see if we replace some of these blocks with little mushroom blocks and red terracotta. So, Misfit, if you are here, you would be glad to know that we are not worried about the patterns of the terracotta. I'm just using the terracotta as a little bit of texture for this little Santa hat. So the big heart at the top will also grow or stay 5 by 5 by 5. You know what, Solomon? I think it could stay 5 by 5 because when we get closer to the top, we can basically make the tower go a little bit smaller, almost like sort of a pyramid sort of thing, or a cone. So you accidentally deleted the wrong super flat world, so it's gone until I rebuild it. But that's alright. Rebuilding it, maybe it will give you new ideas and you can make improvements on the original build that you had. You know, when I'm building, it's always like placing blocks, removing the blocks, placing them again until you find the shape that works best. And at some point you just get to that situation where you just place the block and it just immediately works. 45 a good length? Look, I can't, 15 by 15, then you go 30, 45. Yes, I think 45 would be a pretty decent height for it. I think 45 would be perfect. So I have, Solomon, I have been thinking that I need to start putting more effort back into the survival world. I mean, since I've been on the SMP, I've spent quite a bit of my time on here, but it was also important for me to get my starter house finished on here and all that. So I think I'm getting to the point now where I might be able to just divide my time more equally between the two. Let's see, do I need to put any more? Maybe up there, another mushroom block. So yes, Suleiman, as I was saying, I am planning on spending more time on the solo world. Maybe as early as next week. I'll be splitting my time more evenly between the SMP and the solo world. Because there's so much I want to do on the solo world. It's you wouldn't believe it. There's just so much that I need to do there, and I'm excited to start on the next piece of the puzzle. Look, ideas for an infected lab. Solomon, I would always say when you're looking at a lab, I always imagine a lab to be really sterile and clean. So white blocks, definitely white blocks. I do like a combination of maybe like you see here the calcite with the quartz blocks and the stripped pale oak. Those three together I think could make a nice sort of block palette for the inside of an infected lab. And then you can always use redstone and maybe a little bit of glow lichen to just kind of get the infection. I mean, redstone is more for blood, and if we're going for an infection and not really the blood, then I would say the glow lichen might be the best solution for that. Alrighty, so I think this is looking rather nice and Christmassy. Don't you agree? Just a little Santa hat on top of a small cabin in the snow. clean infected lab, you say the resin is keeping it clean. But then also, I haven't played with resin yet, but the resin that you harvest from the trees, that you can also use on the walls and on the floor. I think that will also kind of work for a little bit of decoration in the lab. But all right, let's see. I'm definitely going to have to move the door to this side. Now, originally I wanted the door here to look out at spawn, but that's not really going to work because I want the door to sort of, I don't know, coming out of the door and seeing this magnificent build over here. I think that makes more sense. Yes, redstone would have been a good idea if the second tower didn't exist. But I kind of for a moment forgot about the second tower, which is going to be made out of, or which is going to have redstone as its core. So alright, now I need to think of what am I going to do in terms of a floor over here. Before we can do a floor, I just need to dig out all the dirt. That's done easily enough, I think. Then I'm wondering, could we use maybe... Do I think a big glass test tube is the floor idea or a good idea? Yes, it could be. And since we're going with a bigger area, you can make a test tube and we can put an armor stand with a head on it inside the test tube so that it looks like there's experiments being done on, well, maybe on a mob or something, and put a zombie head on it, and it could look like there's experiments being done on a zombie or something. So yes, I think that could be actually a very good idea. Righty. What do you mean YouTube can't interact with Twitch? Because no, YouTube generally cannot interact with Twitch. I'm using external software to basically just pull in the chat from both YouTube and Twitch and displaying it on the stream. So currently I don't have anybody in Twitch actually chatting, so that's why you wouldn't see see any of that. But yes, YouTube and Twitch can't directly interact with each other. No. Well, unless there's a way that I haven't thought of or that I haven't seen before. What do you mean he's gone away? Ponchi! Suleiman! Well, now I've got nobody chatting on YouTube anymore. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, changed platforms to ask if he has ideas? Alright. Well, okay. I see you. I see you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And listen, Suleiman, I do on Twitch, I am actually so close to making affiliate on Twitch. I only need one more stream with more than 3 average viewers on Twitch to actually get into the affiliate part of it, which is, well, it's always been something. You know what I like? I like reaching achievements, and I feel that would be a good achievement to have. Yes, Misfit seems to have left me for a minute, but I think it is about lunchtime over there, so she might just be out having a little chat with her husband and having a little bit of lunch. Um, yes, I saw that on an earlier chat, or an earlier stream. I was watching another streamer before I started this stream, and I saw there's free drops for Bedrock, and I forgot I've got the drops. I'm sure, yes, it is. I'm sure it is active. Drops is active on my channel. Um, so I actually forgot about that. And you do play Bedrock, right? Yes, you do play Bedrock. So yes, if you stay on the Twitch side for a few minutes, you'll be able to get the drops. Let's see how this works out for an idea. You know what? I did claim the Copper Cape, and I got an email saying that the cape has been added to my profile, but the cape never showed up. Which is, it's alright. I'm not, I don't really mind having a cape or not. Maybe this isn't going to work. No, I don't think that's going to work. It doesn't look the way I imagined it might look. But that's the thing about Minecraft. You can just place blocks and take them away again. It could be, but I've only got one profile with my Minecraft, and I logged into that profile when I claimed the cape. But yes, as I said, I don't know. I have no idea about these things. I know a lot of things about a lot of things. But for some reason, it seems that I'm not getting my cape. And like I say, it's not really that much of an issue. So I usually don't use any capes, so I'm not too concerned about it. But yes, it might be that it's just thought, um, yes, it is connected. So basically when I logged into Microsoft, into Minecraft on the browser, I logged into my account and then I loaded it on the account that I'm playing Minecraft on. And it said I got the email, all the information, and the email is correct and everything, but the cape just never showed up. But then, like I say, it's not a big deal. I'm not um too bothered by it anyway. Would have been nice to have it, but I'm not going to have any sleepless nights about that. Yes, look, this has been going on for, I got it more than a month back, and I've been in and out and reloading and disconnecting and reconnecting and doing all those things. All my other Minecraft things does show up. It's just the cape that doesn't show up. So I've kind of basically given up on it. Let's see if I make a few trapdoors. So I was thinking putting trapdoors like this. I guess that can work. I'm just going to need a little bit more spruce wood to actually get that done. I don't think I've got, well, I've got plenty of spruce. I thought I left all my spruce back at the home base, but I didn't, and it's all good. You have plenty of materials to work with. I'm just going to line this with the spruce trapdoors. Ow! That's not nice. That's definitely not a nice feeling. Wabbit! 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 But alright, Mr. Wabbit. Your life will be spared. Alright, you have to go to sleep, Pawn Chicken. I always get confused with the name Paunchy. So I'll just continue calling you Soliman in future. Because I mean, that's the way I know you from over on YouTube. So if you don't mind, I'll just continue using that name. If you do mind, you're welcome to tell me. But anyway, you should have a nice evening further. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for chatting. And I'll catch you next time. I believe tomorrow I will be back in the solo world, doing a little bit of solo world things over there. Alright, so maybe I just need to go back home, see if I've got any glass, because obviously now, as you can see, I didn't bring any glass with me. Then I also want to pick up some mangrove wood. So I think the mangrove wood is going to make a nice little decoration or pieces. And maybe some spruce leaves. But let's see if this works. Thank you. So we can grab some spruce leaves. I think the spruce leaves are just going to look so nice over there. Then glass. I can get a few pieces of glass so that we can make white glass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Might have to do that. And then we can grab some dye. We can make some white glass for the windows, and we'll just turn them into panes, or most of them at least. Then I want some mangrove wood, which I believe I do have a little bit of. Oh, where would... Ah, mangrove. Let's just take a few of the logs with us. We can always go and see if we can use that. And then I think we are good to go back. This little tiny teeny weeny little build of mine is actually starting to look really nice right about at this moment. But now I can start doing a little bit of decoration so we can see if we can make it look even nicer. So using this shader pack that I'm using, it does make the glass a little bit less opaque, so you can't see through it. Well, you can still see through it pretty well. Thank you, Misfit. So, well, my friend Suleiman did switch over to Twitch to just check if the stream is looking a little bit better. I can still see a little bit of frame drops on Twitch side, but it seems to be pretty stable. And yes, this is starting to look good. I just now need to get a little bit of decorations in, and then we'll see what it looks like. Honestly, this is well, I don't want to say I'm not going to put a lot of effort into it, but what I find is that having these smaller builds are usually more difficult to decorate than actually having the bigger builds. The bigger builds feels like they are much easier to decorate. It might just be me, might or it might be a general thing. But I just feel they are a little bit more difficult to decorate than your bigger builds. You have issues with both? Come on, Misfits. Those towers of yours are really starting to come together nicely now. Don't you think? Every time you step back and look at it from a distance, it's it's just looking better and better every time. I think might just be my personal opinion, and for what that is worth, I think every time, every little change you make to them just makes them look a little bit better. And I think you've said it. Yes, just start placing blocks. Keep placing them. Eventually you will look back and just see whether it works or not. And then if it doesn't work, then you can just break some things down and try again. Yes, I do love the mangrove wood. And the trapdoors, well, favorite trapdoors. I wouldn't necessarily say mangrove is my favorite, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely one of my favorites. I think most people will agree with me. Spruce is the #1 wood in Minecraft, and all the spruce blocks with it. And then, depending on the build I'm busy with, I do sometimes like the jungle wood and the acacia wood. Especially when you're building, I think they do go well with the white color as well. And since, as you know, I enjoy my white building blocks, and as such, I like the acacia wood and the jungle wood as well. I feel they do add a nice touch. Now I do need to figure out an inventory space. Inventory space. Minecraft really needs to do a little update with regards to inventory space. All right, Misfits, that's 100%. But geez, you're taking a shower at just after lunchtime. It always feels strange to me if I have to take a shower during the day. So sometimes it happens. Sometimes I do that, so I feel that I need to. But it does always feel a little bit strange doing it. All right, let's see. I do maybe want to take a little bit of a step back and see what this looks like. I don't know. Let's try a little bit something else here. What if I do that? Yeah, that looks... Maybe I should use a different type of wood though. And then also looking at this right now, it does feel to me like the walls, the color of the walls isn't working exactly. Maybe I should just go and do the stripped pale oak. Let's okay, well, wait, let me do one thing at a time. So let me first change these to look like that all around. All right, and then just going to grab a few, well, while I've got dirt with me, this hole has been bothering me a little bit, so let's just pull that in. Since, like I say, I do have the dirt in my inventory and it's just taking up space. Maybe just do a little bit of a something like that. Now I will not need to worry about falling into this hole all the time. Alrighty, let me get some of this. Maybe mushroom stems. I can maybe use that as well. Let's see if we... Alrighty, let me see if we can change these walls. So I'm going to keep the calcite, but we can maybe just change the diorite out with maybe pale oak and mushroom blocks. No, the mushroom block now does look a little bit too grayish. That's not really going to work for me. Let's just then go with... Now I'm still using mushroom blocks. Typical of me. But I'm thinking that looks a little bit better because it's not as busy as the ones with the with the diorite. I think the diorite is just a little bit too much. I don't know if we maybe leave the... No, don't do that. If we leave the polished diorite in there, I think that can definitely work. So we'll do that. All right, I think that's going to work. So we can take out the normal diorite. Then I do think I need to reduce the amount of polished diorite. Because even though I think it could work, I think I need to use it sparingly as well. Right, I think that's good. We are going to make this work. I don't have any lanterns, but I think I do have quite a bit of iron with me. I believe I brought enough iron with me so that we can make a few lanterns, since I don't have any villagers trading lanterns with me yet. There you go. I think that's better. Then I was thinking, well, okay, before I think too much further, let me see if I think over here. Oh yes, over here is a little bit of iron. Oh, I definitely don't need all that much. Just block them up to save a little bit of space. And then we'll see. Alright, now Uh, my inventory is such a mess. Alright, so what I was thinking is maybe using a few fences like this around the corners, just for adding a little bit of light to the situation. And as per the normal situation, I don't have enough fences. Do I ever have a... Well, wait a moment. I did have enough fences. Yes, Misfit, now, at the moment, as we've discussed before, I'm now just placing things and seeing what it looks like. And I think it is coming together rather nicely. I do want to, however, do a little something up here. Now, Stussy! Hello and welcome in. What do you think about my little Christmas cottage so far? I know it's probably not it's definitely not the biggest build in the area, but it's my little contribution, and I think it's coming out rather nicely. I just need to, well, figure out the outside decorations. And Susie, I have to tell you that I've had one of those days today where I was just feeling a little off, a little down. And you know what? And Misfits, I think you know this as well. Just sitting down here in front of Minecraft and just starting to work on something, and even though I'm making really slow progress, I am still making progress. But just sitting down, playing a little bit of Minecraft, and suddenly my day feels all that much better. Isn't that just the amazing thing about Minecraft? You just come and sit down and focus on it for a little bit, and eventually the bad day just seems to roll off your shoulders, and everything just starts feeling a little bit better. Yes, Minecraft always makes a day feel better. And look, I wouldn't say it's perfect. Got a lot of things in my mind, but I am feeling quite a bit better than what I was earlier today. And I think it's all thanks to Minecraft. You started playing to occupy your mind after losses, so yes, you get it. Misfits, yes. And look, I've said it before, I've been playing this game for most part of 14 years, and it still does that for me. I mean, sometimes, to be honest, sometimes the game does frustrate me, but for the most part, if I'm having a tough day, it just helps to come and sit down, play a little Minecraft, and that makes everything just feel a little better. Hmm. So I'm thinking, that I'm gonna need to go pop back to my starter base again. Just to grab a little something something. Because this wall up here is looking a little bit bare. Now, the walls on the other side isn't exactly giving me that same bare feeling. But this wall in front here is giving me that really bare feeling. And I need to do something, and I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to put there. Quick travel, fast travel, best thing in, probably one of the best things on the server. Oh my. Seems that I am completely out of pale oak. That's not that much of a crisis. I can easily get more. I'm thinking this will probably work. But alright, before we go back to the Winter Wonderland, let's just go and see if we can get a little bit more pale oak. I'm sure I did plant a few trees, or I did not. There they are, there they are. Only one? Come on. Yes, pale oak, pale oak. You know what? I used to say spruce is the best wood in the game. But I guess I kind of changed my mind now, where I feel pale oak is actually the better wood. Ooh, and then mangrove wood. But mangrove is just such a pain to harvest. Even with this tree choppy mod thingy. Yeah, Misfits, haven't you seen this? I just want to grab a few more pale oak saplings quickly. And I'll show you. I'll definitely show you. Let's see how many we're gonna do. Let's do 16. I can grow 4 trees with that. And then I can just grab some bone meal. Ow. So let's just grow a few trees. And alright, Misfit, are you ready? So just look what happens. Eh? So, and you better look, because if you blink, you're gonna miss it. Eh? So I've got 30 oak logs in my inventory. Now we just do poof, gone. And all the wood is immediately in my inventory. And that's awesome. But that's not all. If I quickly grab my Silk Touch axe. I can do this. And now I've got 2 stacks of leaves as well. Now, don't even begin to ask me what mod it is that does that. Maybe Susie will know, or Celtic Vix, better known as Susie. She might know what mod or add-on it is that does this. But that's amazing. Misfit, there's another mod that you can check out as well. I think Falling Tree mod or something does a similar thing. But what I like of this one on the server is that it actually immediately just places all the blocks into your inventory when you chop down the tree. That's really helpful. And it makes your life so much easier when you need to quickly gather up some wood. Yes, but you know what, Misfit? In my the plugin is called Timber, but we just call it Tree Chopper. Alright. The thing is, on my solo world, I do the tree chopping by hand. The reason being, I'm trying to keep my solo world as vanilla as possible. I'm really trying to, because recently I've started enjoying vanilla Minecraft again after probably for 7 or 8 years only playing modded Minecraft. So recently I started getting back into vanilla Minecraft, and I'm actually enjoying the experience. So I try to keep my solo world rather a little bit more vanilla. Now, honestly, I don't have much of a problem with any of the quality of life mods. I just prefer to my preference is to not use mods that changes the game too much. Oh, this is looking just so nice when you come flying in and it starts rendering in. So, alright, Misfit, our favorite new decorative block. And then I was thinking, I do have wool somewhere. But wool, maybe we can use... Maybe we can use this. And then I might need to... Let's just see what I've got in here. This might work. So let's see if we do this. I know, probably not the best use of emeralds. But I mean, at one point you get to, or you get to a point where you've just got so much emeralds that you don't know what to do with them. And then you start using them for decoration. What does that look like for a little bit of Christmas decorations? Maybe we can... I don't know, should I extend it? Like... maybe up to there? I like that. That sort of works. And then I'm just thinking, how about do a little bit of a something like this? Oh. Now, where did I put all my... Ah, there they are. I must remember to only put one in my hand. Otherwise, you put the whole stack in there. Ah, that looks... I think I can kind of dig it. Unless... Unless we do the middle part. Like that. That also works. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Right, I think this is definitely a little bit of progress. Nice, Peter, nice. Let's see. Then maybe we can get a little bit of uh, bushes down. Just like so, maybe. Then how about we build ourselves a little tree? Just a tiny, or not a tiny, but a small little spruce tree type thingy. Um, I don't know, I always find it a little bit difficult to build any sort of custom type of tree. But I guess this will work. Scaffolding, my friend. Did I not? I'm sure I brought some frog lights. Because I would really like just maybe one frog light on the top there, but on the other hand, maybe I don't need to. Hmm. If we can maybe grow a spruce tree, that's good. Because I don't want too big of a spruce tree. But I do want and just maybe add a little bit of extra leaves on top. Your independent dog just curled up in your arms. Your heart is melting. You know, yes. So, I know, like in about 10 or 15 minutes, my cat is going to come down here, down the hallway, to come and fetch me because it's bedtime. And then, once I'm done showering and I get into bed, my wife's doggy is going to curl up between my legs. And sometimes these little critters of us, they just want a little bit of love and attention. And that's not a bad thing. Now, I do have to say, Misfit, I think you've heard me say this. You've heard me say that I don't like dogs, or I even go as far as saying I hate dogs. But that's putting it very strong. Um, I think the only thing about dogs that kind of puts me off, the only thing about dogs that puts me off is the dogs have a very unique smell. And I don't really like the smell, especially more with bigger dogs. The smaller ones aren't that bad. But I think that thinking about the reason why I don't like dogs, I think it's just the smell of the dogs, especially the bigger dogs. And we do have big dogs as well. Um, we've got a we've got a big dog outside. He weighs almost about 150, 160 pounds. But a big little softy. He sleeps in the house with the in-laws. He sleeps right in the house with them. And when there's thunder outside, he will come and try and sit on your lap. Now, you've got your little independent doggy curled up in your arms. Imagine a 150-pound beast trying to get on your lap, who wants to get curled up in your arms. I'll see. I think I do have a photo somewhere of him actually getting onto my wife's lap. I might send it to you. Right, but me standing in front of this build, it seems to be coming along. Yours get baths every month. cats for me is the litter box. I can't stand the smell of those. Um, yes, the litter box, even if you keep it, you know what? The litter box is worse when it's raining outside because then it doesn't get time to dry out. When it's dry, it doesn't really smell. But if there's a little more moisture in the air, it does tend to smell really bad. All right. I do think I need to get a little frog light up there just to add a little bit of light up there. But I seem to not have brought any with me. Um, so Misfit, you miss having a big dog. Yes, I think I, honestly speaking, a big dog is just a lot of work. I guess it also depends on the breed because we had a black lab and that wasn't a lot of work. That was actually um, very, very nice puppy. Um, very playful. And I think Labradors in general are more really playful doggies. Yes, definitely worth it. But yeah, like I said, I'm not the biggest dog lover. I've come to I've come to a point where I tolerate the little one. And yes, you know what? I do love the little critter. Um, she has crept into my heart and kind of made a softie out of me when it gets to the whole doggy things. Um, yes, I remember you said you had the light-skinned one, the light Labrador. Um, but they are just such playful dogs. I think I've told the story before where that lab would usually go and have a swim in the pool and then come indoors and be all over the furniture. Um, which was, well, a pain, but it was also funny. I mean, and yes, I do. Um, even though I make a big point of telling you how much I hate dogs, I do miss our little lab. So I am definitely going to need to put some light up there if I'm closing the ceiling in. Otherwise, we are definitely going to get mobs spawning in there, which wouldn't be fun. There you go. Maybe put the crafting table over there. Just clean this up. And this looks so nice and when the sun goes down. I'm just looking at it over on my um second screen. Now did Twitch bomb out again or is it still working. Looks like it's working. Um, when I'm looking over at it on the second screen, which is a smaller, shows a little bit smaller, it does look so nice in the dark. It is so good. And you know, yesterday I was a little bit skeptical of this build. But I think the more I do to it, the nicer it looks. And I think I must just go and do the little bed thing, the 10-minute Minecraft curse, before the mobs come out and to play. And then this little thingy over here isn't working for me. Thinking maybe we can just do something like that. Maybe that's better. I don't know, Misfit, what else do you think I can do to make it? Yes, I do like that better. Every time I come out the door with these slabs being right here next to my face, it just doesn't feel right. This feels a lot better. But now I'm because this is looking good, it's getting there, but it's not exactly there yet. Come on, this shovel. Hmm. Alright, so I think this is definitely getting there. It's not there yet. I need to think about a little bit more decorations that I can put in front of it. I do have an idea. Let's quickly see how that's going to look. So I've seen this. Can't remember where I saw it, but somewhere online when I was thinking about this build or trying to figure out how and what I'm going to do. Now that won't open. So we can plant a few like short mushroom little tree thingies. Yes, that is rather cute, isn't it? I don't know, I just saw it somewhere and I thought that's going to make the perfect little decorations for a Christmas build. I don't want to overdo it. I think that's pretty good. And then we can just have a few like bushes like this. Maybe another one not so close to that though. Another one like this. So I don't want to go any closer to this. I think this is pretty much as far as I want to go. And I'm just thinking we can place a little thingy like that. Then let's see if I have I do have some quartz stairs and quartz blocks. So how about we build a little bit of a candy cane? Let's see if I can remember how to do it. Is this going to go too high now? I think that's too high. Let's go a little lower. Oops. I don't know, that looks just a little bit too bulky. Let's not do that thing. Well, I had to try. And this is going to obviously not work because it's going to keep melting the snow, but I think if I put it one higher, we'll have less of an effect. So, Alright, let's quickly do one last thing. Let me just come back here. See, where did I put the frog lights? Anything else I need? Don't think so. Alrighty, let's see. So I was thinking maybe doing that. Yeah, I like that. I definitely do like that. So I think this really is looking like a very nice little Christmassy style build. And please don't make the mistake of thinking I did this, I did not do this. Again, this is Charlie Custard. We need to give a shout out to Charlie Custard and his team. You can find on his website, you can find all sorts of big builds like this, which is amazing. But I think if we take a step back, right? So we've got this big build in here with my little small build there to the side. I think my build fits in really nice, and it makes a nice addition to the area. I'm honestly very impressed. It's working for me. Now I do need to start getting out of here, and definitely not done with this build. We're probably going to have to come in here again. But tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. Yes, I think tomorrow evening I'm going to play on my solo world a little bit. But then on Friday or over the weekend, we'll come back in here and just add a few final finishing touches to the build. Even though I think it's pretty much complete, it only needs a little bit more tweaking. JT Gaming, welcome in. So glad to see you here, and I'm not so glad to hear you behind me. Really? You see, I do get distracted. So, sorry about that, JT. Just had to take care of a few things. But how are you today? How are you doing on this lovely, fine Wednesday evening or afternoon where you guys are? I've just been over the last couple of days, well, not last couple of days, since yesterday, been working on this little Christmas build. And I've just been telling Misfit now that I think it actually came out pretty nice. Hmm. So no, it was a snow day, so no school, so you got to stay home from work. Yes, I think you did. I did. You see you mentioned somewhere about the snow. Was it in Dev's chat earlier today? Can't remember. But I think I did see you mention that. So while I'm here, it's just I know I do need to finish for the night. But I'm just thinking that while I've got the ideas of doing a few more things, I must just do it while the ideas are fresh in my mind. Otherwise, I might just forget to do it. And I will come back later with white carpets as well. What do you mean you and I never forget things? I forget them. Well, let's just leave it there. Yes, Misfits, we don't ever forget things. Ever. Forgetting is beneath us. Definitely, for sure. Alright, so when I do come back here, I need to do maybe a few small outside decorations still. And then maybe do a little something. I honestly, I don't know what to do inside. Yes, I honestly don't know what to do inside, but that's as I like to say, that's a problem for a different day. So let me just grab a little dog food. And then, guys, Misfits, JT, everybody that might still be in the chat, thank you so much for joining me on this little adventure. I think we've made good progress. This thing is looking so much better than what I thought it would look like yesterday, and I must say I'm feeling quite impressed. Guys, you must all have a very lovely rest of your day. It's time for me to get to bed, and thank you, JT. I appreciate it. I think it does look pretty good. Going as far as saying it looks fantastic, I might kind of agree with you on that. But yes, I'm very happy. You must all have a very lovely day further. And thank you so much for joining me. I will definitely catch you guys again next time. And as always, thank you so much for the support. Whether you're chatting or just hanging out in the stream, lurking about, every little bit of support is highly appreciated. And with that, I bid you farewell. Goodbye.